Good day, everyone. My name is Graphics. In this video, we want to solve a problem involving sort, where we'll be finding the square root of sort. And the question goes like this. It says, find the square root of 9 minus 2 root 14. Solution. The square root, write it like this, of 9 minus 2 root 14. Now you assume two values to represent your answer, and I'll be using m and n, right? So I will say that root m minus root n. So the square root of 9 minus 2 root 14 will be equals to root m minus root n. So you assume this variable. You can use ab, you can use pq, whatever variable of your choice you should use. Is that taken? And the reason I'm using a negative sign is because what is in between the 9 and the 2 root 14 is negative. If it is positive, I will use positive here. Is that taken? Now, the next thing you do, you're going to square both sides. Now, squaring both sides, we'll be having 9 minus 2 root 14 equals to root m minus root n. So I will square both sides. Is that taken? So the square here will equate the square root here. I will now be left with 9 minus 2 root 14 is equals to root m minus root n multiplied by root m minus root n. Because of the square, I will duplicate it in two places. Now I'll be having, now if I want to expand this, right, I'll now be having, if you write this somewhere, let's do this somewhere, root m minus root n multiplied by root m minus root n. If I take this root m to multiply this root m, I'm having root m square, right? I'll take this root m to multiply this minus root n, I'll be having minus root mn. Minus root n times root m will still give us minus root mn. Minus root n times minus root n, because of the two minus here, it becomes plus, and root n times root n will give us root n square. Now, square will equate square roots, and we will now be having m minus root mn minus root mn will give us minus 2 root mn, then plus n. Is that taken? So we'll now write it out this way by saying 9 minus root 14 will now give us m minus 2 root mn plus n. Now if I rearrange, I'll be having 9 minus 2 root 14 is equals to m plus n minus 2 root mn. Now, comparing both sides and equating both sides, we'll be having, I'll take the second one, minus 2 root 14 is equals to minus 2 root mn, right? So, in the left, this is the left-hand side, this is the right-hand side. So, minus 2 in the left-hand side will equate minus 2 in the right-hand side. Root 14, the root there on 14 will equate the root on mn. So we'll be left with what? 14 is equals to mn. I will term that equation 1. Similarly, I'll consider the 9 equals to what? Mn. I'll term that equation 2. From that equation 2, I'm going to make any of the variable the source of the formula. So let me just take m. You can take n if you want to. So if I take m, I'll be having m is equals to 9 minus n. Now I'm going to substitute m equals to 9 minus n into equation 1. And my equation 1 is giving me 14 is equals to what? Mn. So if I place my 9 minus n to represent m, I'll be having 14 is equals to 9 minus n in brackets n, right? So if I expand, 14 will be equals to n times 9 will give you 9n, n times n will give you n squared. So that will be 9n minus n squared, right? So if I rearrange according to the decreasing power of n, I'll be having n squared that is coming to the right hand side become positive. 9n coming to the left hand side will become negative. Then the 14 still remains there, so plus 14 equals to what? 0, right? So both the n minus n come to the right side, 9n come to the other side, then the 14 remains there. So all equals to what? 0. So if I solve quadratically, I'll be having n squared minus 7n minus 2n plus 14 equals to 0. Now the question is, where did I get minus 7n minus 2n from? You look for two values that will give you the middle number there, which is minus 9. And that two value is minus n minus 2n. And why am I using minus? Is minus 7n minus 2n. And why am I using minus 7n minus 2n? Because minus 7n minus 2n will give us minus 9n. And minus 7 times minus 2 will give us 14, right? So that is why I'm using that. So if I separate it into 2, I'll be having n squared minus 7n plus minus 2n plus 14 equals to 0. So if I factorize, what is common between n squared and minus 7n? It is n. So I'll bring the n out. And I'll be having n into bracket n minus 7, right? Now, since I have n minus 7 here, I must only have n minus 7 here. Now you now ask yourself, what will I multiply with n that will give me minus 2n? And that is minus 2. So I'm going to bring the minus 2 out. So everything equals to what? 0. Now what's common to both sides? N minus 7. So when I bring n minus 7 out, what will be remaining? N minus 2. So we're having n minus 7 and n minus 2 equals to what? 0. So n minus 7 is equal to 0 or n minus 2 is equal to 0. So meaning my n is equal to 7 or my n is equal to 2. Now you substitute n equal to 7 into equation 2, or you substitute n equals to 2 into equation 2, whatever one you want to choose. So but I'm taking substitute n equals to 7 into equation 2. So for my equation 2, I have 9 is equals to n plus n, right? So my n will now be equals to 9 minus, what's the value of n? That is 7. So we're having m is equals to what? 2, right? So my n is 7, my m is 2, or my n is 2, my m is 7, whatever one you want to choose. So I will now say that therefore, from the beginning here, the square root of 9 minus 2 root 14 will now be equals to the root of m minus n. So what's the value of m now? M is given to be what? 2, and n is given to be what? 7. So that is my answer. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.